Everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you all are having a great day. Today we have a drugstore lipstick to talk about. I have these slim lipsticks from L'Oreal. These are called the L'Oreal Colorish Intense Matte Volume Lipsticks. I have 5 shades. I will show you the swatches of these shades and I'll share my thoughts on these lipsticks. So if you want to find out more about these lipsticks, please do continue watching. L'Oreal is definitely one of my favorite lipstick brands. I have tried so many of their matte bullet lipsticks. I used to have so many shades. I still have many shades, but I've always wanted to try this slim lipstick as well. And finally, I have a few shades to share with you as well. So we will swatch each and every shade on my lips and I will tell you a little bit about the lipstick and my experience with it as well as we go along. Let's take a quick look at the packaging first. Love the slim packaging and how handy this lipstick is. And the bullet is also a slim bullet. It has an angle to it, so it's very easy to apply the lipstick on the lips. There is an embossing on top of the bullet. So that's a nice touch, but it's not going to stay on for long. You can see how much product is in here. You get this much of product in the bullet. And when you roll it down, you will hear a click sound. So when you hear that sound, you know that the lipstick is securely inside. And the packaging, when you close it also, there is a click sound. Okay, so that's a very secure packaging. The lipstick is not going to move around. Since it's a very slim, delicate packaging, we definitely have to be a little bit careful about this lipstick. But they have some mechanisms in place. So just be mindful of that and just roll the lipstick all the way down unless and until you hear a click. So that's a nice packaging there. Let's talk about the first shade right here, which I have. It's called Nude Assertive. So this is how the first shade looks like. It's an intensely pigmented rich brown color. You can say this is more of a chocolate brown shade, and I just loved this color. I think this was one of the first ones I have purchased. I will talk about some of the other shades which I have not purchased, but maybe I will in the future towards the end of the video. This lipstick promises intense color payoff and definitely it's really richly pigmented. In one swipe you will get opaque pigmentation. If you do 2-3 layers, the pigmentation is just out of this world. It's super saturated and intense, as you can see here. It also promises 16-hour wear. Yes, these might wear for 16 hours, but there are a few challenges. I'll talk about them more towards the end of the video. So this was the first shades. Let's move on to the next one. Next shade is another favorite. I think this is 570 Worth It Intense. So this is how Worth It Intense looks like. A beautiful movie brown, a very intensely richly pigmented movie brown. If you're brown skin tone, deeper than me also, you can definitely try this Worth It Intense shade. Very appropriate for everyday, and I just love how it looks on my skin tone. This is a definite must have if you are considering these lipsticks. So these lipsticks have a non-drying formula. It's quite true. They don't feel drying on the lips. These are matte lipsticks, but they don't feel drying. They don't feel uncomfortable. And they are not transfer proof. They do have a little bit of transfer. Even though they transfer, the lipstick is not going to come off your lips. They will stay put. They also claim that the lipsticks are smudge proof. I will agree to it. There's a nice hold to the lipsticks. They sit on the lips pretty well. They don't budge that easily, but they are not transfer proof and they are not fade proof. They do fade a little bit over the period of time you're wearing these lipsticks. To think about it, I think these lipsticks are a little bit more drying or a little bit more drier formula than their regular creamy matte lipsticks. They are more creamier. This have a more matte hold on the lips. Let's move on to the next shade. This is the next shade in the line. I don't know which one is my favorite, honestly. I love this one as well. This is called Carmin Courage. So this is more of a reddish berry tone. It looks like a red in the bullet, but there is a lot of berry tone in it. So I will say this is more of a berry tone with a hint of red. It's like one of my favorite kind of shades to wear, and I'm just so happy that I have picked this shade. Let's do a transfer test on this lipstick. You can see there is quite a lot of transfer, but you can see that you still have pigment, a pretty good amount of pigment on the lips. If you have a more richer or deeper color in this lipstick, the fading is not going to be as much, but for the lighter tones I think the fading is a little bit more. So I think the deeper lipsticks will last on the lips much longer, maybe even the 16 hours which they are claiming. And these lipsticks are infused with hyaluronic acid, so you will have that hydrated feel on the lips. So I think that's a good addition. Let's move on to the next shade. So here is the next shade. It's called Rouge Paris. It's a beautiful red tone, a more warmer red tone on my skin tone, and I just love it, especially if red tones are pigmented very nicely and you don't have to layer up too much and they're matte looking. I just love that look. This lipstick formula is definitely a bit more drier, as I already mentioned, drier compared to their creamy matte formula. So exfoliation of the lips is a must. It clings to the dry patches and they look really pronounced on the lips. So if you want to wear these lipsticks, definitely exfoliate your lips, have your lips really nice and smooth, then you will have a really good application and it will look nice as well. And since this is also a more drier formula, this one will emphasize the fine lines a little bit once you are wearing it for very long, probably like 5, 6, 7 hours mark. They will start emphasizing your fine lines. So if you have a lot of fine lines on your lips, then they will be shown. So that's kind of a drawback of this lipstick. But if you touch up, then it's going to look great again. And there is some fading with these lipsticks as well, as I noticed. The fading is much lesser with the deeper colors, and it's more with the lighter colors, especially Worth It Intense and the Nude Assertive shade. I think I've seen more fading than with the red and the berry tones. So something to note with these lipsticks, but they're pretty easy to touch up, so I think you will not have much problems. So this is how Rouge Paris looks like. I have one more shade to show you. This one has to be my favorite red, which I picked up. This is Rouge Avant-Garde. Okay. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful classic red. If you want a more warmer red, Rouge Paris is for you. If you want a more classic, deeper tone red, this is just amazing. It's so beautiful. I love this red so much. This also feels like a must-have if you love reds. Rouge Paris and Avant-Garde, as you can see from the swatches, are very different. So this is another red. I think they have a few more reds. I picked out these two, which I thought would look best on me, and I'm pretty happy with my decision. This is Avant-Garde, Rouge Avant-Garde. Beautiful, beautiful red. So those are all the 5 shades which I picked from the L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick. There are, I think, 22 shades in total. I picked out 5. There are a few more shades which I think will look good on my skin tone. La Plum Dominant, if you want to check that out, La Rosewood Ambition, and La Rouge Determination. I think those also, Determination is also, I think, a red. I think that will look good on my skin tone. I did not get Plum Dominant because it was not there, it was out of stock. Otherwise I would have bought Plum Dominant as well. So let's see, in future probably I'll get it. So if you're close to my skin tone, you can check out those 3 shades as well. There are a few more shades. I think there are about 4 or 5 shades which have this corally kind of a tone to them. Some reddish corals and some berry, some mauves, which are, I thought, a little bit too bright on my skin tone. So I can talk about them when I have seen them in person. But from the swatches and the live swatches which you can do online, I thought that those are a little too bright on my skin tone. So I have picked out the 5 best tones which you can pick from this collection if you're close to my skin tone. I think if you choose these 5 or if you check out these 5, you will have a pretty good shade range. And if you like reds, you have something in reds. If you like berries like me, that berry shade is beautiful. You have a nude, a brown and a mauve. So you have like everything in these 5 lipsticks. So I'm pretty happy with the picks I have made. And I hope that this video was helpful for you as well. If you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And please comment as well. That also really helps my channel. Plus, I love to read your comments. So please do let me know if you have tried this lipsticks. Which lipstick shade will you recommend, or which is your favorite? I would love to know. And also, please do consider subscribing if you are new here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.